Hello, everyone, and welcome. For those who've just tuned in, you're listening to Women Empowered, being brought to you by Radio Fundu. Women Empowered is a network through radio and social media to connect women of all walks of life to inspire and motivate each other to succeed in their personal, social, and professional goals. Visit www.wenetworkonline.socialgo, and you can also find us on Facebook as We Network Online. Our weekly show is every Wednesdays from 10:30 to 11 o'clock, and we target all women, the housewives, the students, the mothers, the entrepreneurs, the professionals, the senior decision makers, the young, the middle-aged, the senior citizens, and every woman that wishes to advance their interest and share their voice and views. Remember, women's empowerment is vital to sustainable development and the realization of human rights for all. We believe that every woman is the full circle with the power to create, nurture, and transform. I'm your host, Rennu, Dhillon, and I'm thrilled to empower all the women in the Bay Area for the next 30 minutes. Today, our show is focused on the celebration of Go Red for Women. For those women who do not know, Go Red for Women is a movement that celebrates the energy, passion, and power we have as women to band together to wipe out heart disease and stroke. Although many people think of heart disease as a man's problem, did you know that women can and do get heart disease? In fact, heart disease is the #1 killer of women in the United States. It is also a leading cause of disability amongst women. The most common cause of heart disease is narrowing or blockage of the coronary arteries, the blood vessels that supply blood to the heart itself. This is called coronary artery disease and happens slowly over time. It's a major reason people are having heart attacks. Prevention is important, and 2/3 of women who have heart attacks fail to make a full recovery. The older a woman gets, the more likely she is to get heart disease. But women of all ages should be concerned about this. All women should take steps in preventing it by practicing healthy lifestyle habits. Today, we'll be talking to Dr. Anjali Gulati, a board-certified invasive cardiologist who has a successful practice in San Jose and also works at the Good Samaritan Hospital in El Camino, Los Gatos Hospital. Anjali did her medical school from the Gandhi College in India, followed by a residency in internal medicine at Albert Einstein School of Medicine, and then her cardiology fellowship at the Stanford School of Medicine. Hello, Dr. Gulati, and welcome to Women Empowered.
Hello, Rennu. How are you?
Very
good.
good.
Thank you for having me on Women Empowered. I think it's a great project that you have taken, and I wish you all the best for it.
Thank you so much, Anjali. And I'm going to call you Anjali since I do know you. So.
Please call me Anjali.
Great. So, on this show, we like to empower women to make sure that everybody understands the importance of different things that affect us. And I think, as I mentioned earlier in my introduction, a lot of women consider heart disease as a man's disease and not a woman's disease. So maybe if you could educate us and let us know, what is Go Red for Women? I know we're celebrating in February with the heart and Valentine's, but can you tell us a little bit more about Go Red?
With pleasure. Go Red for Women is a new movement started, which is to increase awareness of cardiovascular disease amongst women, to make them understand that heart disease is not just a man's disease. The American Heart Association statistics clearly state that more than 1 in 3 female adults has some form of cardiovascular disease. And if you think about it, that is staggering statistics. For breast cancer, it's about 1 in 30 or 1 in 35 women, and we are all aware of breast cancer as being a huge problem for women. However, the general awareness is very poor that actually 1 in 3 female adults have some form of cardiovascular disease. And put in another way, if you think about it, this is the leading cause of morbidity and mortality in women. In the United States, about 500,000 fatal heart attacks occur each year, and 50% of those are women.
Wow.
And that is a huge number. So women need to understand that they are at a very high risk for coronary artery disease and cardiovascular disease. And first of all, we need to empower them with the knowledge that they are at risk. The incidence and prevalence is very high. Secondly, we need for them to understand that it's not just in any one particular ethnic group. It's all across. And, being Indians, we are at a higher risk. However, when women were polled in different ethnic groups, the awareness that it's the leading cause of cardiovascular mortality and morbidity was very, very low. In Asian women, only about 38% women knew this fact, and the highest was about 60% in the Caucasians. And the same in the Oriental population, the blacks and the Hispanics. Everybody's awareness about the fact that it can happen to women also is very, very poor. So we need to empower our women to let them know that this can happen to you too. And the other thing which one needs to understand is that women don't always have the classical chest pain syndrome, which is associated, we all watch movies and we all watch television, and we know that the person just clutches their chest with their hand and says, I have chest pain.
Right.
Well, that's the classical sign. But about 40% women can have atypical signs. They can have extreme fatigue. They can have indigestion. They can have neck pain, jaw pain, burping, heartburn, nausea, vomiting, elbow pain. So there are so many, and then also extreme fatigue. So if women have classical chest pain, they need to seek help right away. If women have atypical symptoms like the ones I stated, and the most common ones that we see are the ones that I just described, all kinds of indigestion-like symptoms, and women think, oh, I ate something wrong, and keep eating Tums. That's not the answer. If you feel something is out of the ordinary, please seek help. Call your doctor. All doctors are aware. Just, you don't even have to go to a super specialist. You can call your primary care physician, and they can check you right away. And if you have a history of coronary artery disease in your family, or if you have high cholesterol, hypertension, and you're postmenopausal, then your risk is higher. So in that case, the sooner you come to attention, the better it is. And if you feel that you have these atypical symptoms and they might be a heart attack, don't call anybody, just call 911.
Absolutely. And I think, a lot of people, we always normally associate heart disease with just being overweight, and that's not necessarily the case, right?
No, it's not. Obesity is a risk factor for coronary artery disease. That's true. But that does not mean that it cannot happen to thin women or thin men. It can, because there are so many other risk factors. To state a few common ones, there are the risk factors, I like to divide them in two categories. The ones that you can do something about, which is called that you can modify them, and the ones that you cannot modify. So the ones you cannot modify are basically your genetic history. So if you have a family history of premature coronary artery disease, it puts you at a higher risk, which basically means that if some first-degree relative of yours, a male, had coronary artery disease before age 55, or a female had it before age 66, then it puts you at a higher risk. You can't do anything about that because you are born, into that family. And you cannot modify it. But what you can modify is the following. You can modify obesity. You can try and lose weight. You can modify your diet. You can eat correctly. Watch the amount of saturated fats that you eat. Watch the amount of total calories, total cholesterol. Eat healthy, and that reduces your risk. Find out what's your cholesterol. It's a simple blood test. Find out what's your total cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol, HDL cholesterol, and triglycerides. And if they are abnormal, start getting treatment for it, because high LDL, low HDL, and a high triglyceride are bad. So treat your bad cholesterol, and that actually reduces your risk for having an event. Then high blood pressure. It's a simple test. Find out if you have high blood pressure, and if you do have high blood pressure, get it treated, because that puts you at a higher risk for cardiovascular diseases too. Find out if your thyroid is abnormal. Simple blood test. You can take care of it and get treated if you have thyroid dysfunctions. Find out if you have diabetes. Very common, very prevalent in our Asian society. Find out if you have diabetes. It's a simple blood test. And if you do, get treated, because diabetes is significantly associated with coronary artery disease. And if you get it treated, you actually reduce your risk of events. You can have coronary artery disease and not have an event, or you can have coronary artery disease and have an event. You want to actually decrease the amount of events, and you want to prevent the occurrence of coronary artery disease. And prevention is the best cure. And then there's the thing about physical inactivity. If you are physically inactive, you actually increase your risk for coronary artery disease. So, just 1 hour of exercise actually it increases life expectancy by 2 hours. And
wow, really? I should probably implement that right away.
Yes, we should. We should stop being couch potatoes and get on exercising. It's been clearly shown that by increasing your physical activity, you actually decrease your risk for coronary artery events.
And that could be just even walking for an hour, right? Brisk
walking for an hour, absolutely. You don't have to go pounding the pavements, jogging away and trying to beat the other person in a race. It's not a race. It's about your cardiovascular health. So if you put the following modifiable things together, these are very simple therapeutic lifestyle changes which a woman can do. So find out if you have diabetes, get it treated. Find out if you have high blood pressure, get it treated. Find out about your cholesterol, get it treated. Find out about your thyroid, get it treated. Get active, eat properly. And then one big one, Rennu, is smoking. Quit it. If you smoke, there is no negotiation. Just quit. A long time ago, they used to have these very fancy advertisements with women smoking, and they said, "You've come a long way, baby." Well, doesn't apply anymore. No ifs, no ands, no buts.
Yes.
Absolutely no B-U-T-T-S. Put that cigarette butt out.
Right.
Big thing.
So now, on what you've been saying, I know, it's great we're talking to you on the radio, but I think a lot of people need a lot more education on this as well. And I know you have an exciting program this Saturday called the Women's Event 360 Degrees, right?
Absolutely.
So maybe you can let our listeners know about that?
Sure. So this is a program. It's called Women's Event 360 Degrees. Basically, you're looking at women's health from every possible angle. And it's being held by Good Samaritan Hospital in San Jose. And the event is going to be at the Fairmont San Jose at 175 Market Street. And it's on the 12th of February, which is a Saturday. And it's at 8 a.m. Registration starts bright and early at 8 a.m. And at 8:30, the program starts. Now, this program is actually geared towards empowering women about not just heart disease, but about a lot of other medical problems that women can have. There are 12 breakout sessions, and these are presented exclusively by Good Samaritan Hospital physicians. It will teach them, women who come there will learn about prevention, diagnosis, medical management, surgical options, including minimally invasive techniques, all designed for the best possible outcomes for women. Every time somebody goes to a party and there's a doctor, all women start asking all these general questions. Well, here's your perfect forum to ask the experts all the questions that you have ever wanted to ask a doctor. What's my risk for heart disease? What's my risk for breast cancer? What do I do about fibroids? My heart skips a beat every now and then. What do I do about these aches and pains and joint aches that I have? What about peripheral artery disease? I get Charlie's horses. What about my allergies? What do I do about my allergies? What about stroke? What's the risk of stroke in women? Okay. What do I do about weight loss surgery? Is there an option for me? And what are the options out there? Oh my God, what do I have? I have backache, and so many women have backaches. What do I do about it? Is it something that's just chronic and growing old, or do I need to do something about it? And what about surgery? What kinds of minimally invasive surgeries are available for women? So these are all cutting-edge technology things that, the new technology that's available for women, and then also the general women's health questions that can be answered. There'll be 12 breakout sessions, and they can choose to go to whichever session they like. And then apart from that, there are 2 keynote speakers, very powerful women speakers. One is Alison Levine. What's interesting about Alison Levine is she's a national speaker, and her story is very interesting, and I will let the women who do come to this program hear it straight from her mouth. However, what's interesting is that she had lethal heart disease herself when she was young, and she was very sedentary. And then came new technology. She actually underwent surgery, and since then she has actually scaled the highest pole, the highest mountains in every continent.
Wow.
And that's some achievement. And she's going to give a talk. She's an inspirational speaker, and she's very, very good. And the second speaker is Marsha Wallace, and she's just amazing. She was one of the first public figures to come out. She was a breast cancer survivor and a big advocate for women facing the disease. So you have two keynote speakers who are on the national circuit, very powerful speakers and survivors themselves. So you can get it from their perspective. And then on the other hand, you have breakout sessions.
Right. So we're going to have to go for a quick break here, Anjali. But I want to thank you so much for educating us on this important health issue. And ladies, for all those who wish to learn more about this, remember Saturday, February 12th at the Fairmont Hotel in San Jose, 8
and
o'clock
one last thing, Rennu, it's at $40 registration.
Right.
That's now free.
Okay, it's free. Wonderful.
It's absolutely free.
Wonderful.
But they have to register before they go, because you don't want to be turned away from the door because there was not enough room. So absolutely, ladies, come and learn and empower yourself.
And you'll also get to meet Dr. Gulati. And Anjali, thank you so much for being on our show, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Heart disease can affect women of any age, and that is why it is so important to start heart-healthy habits right now. Let's celebrate Go Red for Women in the month of February. New technologies and treatments changing women's health in San Jose being presented to you by the Good Samaritan Hospital Women's Health 360-degree program. 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, February the 12th at the Fairmont Hotel in San Jose. $40 registration paid at the door. Pre-registration is required, and this includes a hearty continental breakfast, snacks, tote bag, 2 keynote presentations, and access to 12 information-packed breakout sessions. 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, February the 12th. Call 1-888-724-2DOC. That's 1-888-724-2DOC, or visit www.goodsamsanjose.com. Where can you find Indian cuisine packed with flavor and the liberal use of organic vegetables, fresh or natural halal chicken, and free-range grass-fed halal lamb? Where can you find Indian cuisine serving fresh, innovative, and high-quality Indian food at affordable prices? Where can you find Indian cuisine served with a variety of beverages that do not contain HFCS? Committed to serving innovative and high-quality Indian food, offering a range of tantalizing layers of flavors in a matter of minutes, then you need to go to Chaat Cafe. With convenient locations in Fremont, San Jose, Berkeley, and San Francisco, visit chartcafe.com. Since 1999, the Mahal family has been sharing their passion for Indian cooking with the Bay Area community. If you're seeking that quick curry for an easy weeknight meal, or a medley of dishes for an Indian-themed dinner party, or grabbing the quick lunch or dinner, then Chaat Cafe is your answer. Visit Chaat Cafe today. Fast, fresh, and casual. Described as a classroom for the future, a school that shapes tomorrow's citizens, nominated Best Preschool in Alameda County, and winning Best Educational Services Most Likely Place to Find a Silicon Valley Inventor, and now selected by CNN Money and Time Warner as one of the 6 most innovative and inspirational companies in the country. Genius Kids is now an official franchise. Opening its first franchise in San Ramon at the Bishop Ranch on February the 1st, 2011. The Little Genius Kid franchise offers an exciting and innovative business model that is easy and rewarding. Call 1-888-LIL-Genius. That's 1-888-LITTLE-GENIUS or 510-364-4033 for more information. Give your child a gift of a lifetime, the ability to read, think, and communicate at a young age. Only at Genius Kids. Visit www.geniuskidsonline.com or call 510-364-4033. We know it is difficult to imagine a time when you won't be there to help provide for your family. This is why Farmers Insurance has developed a suite of life insurance products designed to help answer your life insurance requirements at any stage of life. Whether you're a new family, empty nester, business owner, or a single parent, you need to call Jatinder Prankar today at 510-673-3635. That's 510-673-3635.
Well, welcome back. And for those who've just tuned in, this is Women Empowered, a network through social and radio media to connect women of all walks of life. We're having our first luncheon on February the 26th at the Madhuban restaurant in Sunnyvale. And our guest speaker is Nirjan Raman. So if you'd like to get more information on this luncheon, ladies, it's for ladies only, 510-364-4033. I'm almost wrapped up with my show. And on this note, a very happy Valentine's Day to all our listeners. Here is a Valentine's song for all of you. And whoever can guess the names of the singers, give me a call on my cell at 510-364-4033, and the winner will win a free public speaking class for your child. Are you ready? Stay tuned, and here comes the song, and I will be back next week, same time, same place. Thank you.
Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean, come and feel me, oh feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean, come and heal me, oh heal me. Thinking about the love we're making and a life we're sharing, come and feel me, oh feel me. Shining in the setting sun like a pearl upon the ocean, come and feel me, come on heal me.
The views, opinions, and statements expressed in the preceding program reflect